The world will certainly not end, but it will very dramatically change, as will also be the case in regard to the entire humanity itself and its existence. To what extent these drastic changes become reality depends on how much the world population increases.
There needs to be a drastic stemming of the worldwide overpopulation by means of a strictly controlled stoppage of births and a controlled regulation of births. Otherwise, a very terrible future is in store for the world and its humanity as a consequence of its globally destructive and irresponsible conduct. So-called experts claim with irrational assertions that the entire matter of climatic change is completely natural and normal. They do not perceive the effective reality in regard to all the destruction and elimination to the world, its nature, fauna and flora, as well as to all waters, native forests and other forests, meadows, seas, wetlands, glaciers, landscapes, and to the climate and so forth, which is caused by the boundless overpopulation.
Developing countries are exploited without conscience and feloniously, predominantly by the well-placed big companies worth billions belonging to the rich industrialized countries. The human beings of the third world and developing countries, impoverished and made sick through the machinations of these companies, have no chance at all to defend themselves against it, because as a rule, the governments of those countries are so corrupt.
By the year 2030, the Amazon rainforest will be irreversibly destroyed by up to 60% due to the conscienceless and criminal logging of it. Already today, 3/4 of the native forests in Asia are cleared and destroyed beyond recovery. Worldwide, there are around 125,000 square kilometers which are destroyed and eliminated annually. This destruction has devastating consequences for nature and its fauna and flora, as well as for the climate and the oxygen content in the atmosphere. The elimination of the tropical rainforests alone contributes around 25% of the worldwide CO2 emissions. If the CO2 output in regard to the coming deforestation of the tropics is viewed and considered overall, then by the year 2100, 100 to 130 billion tons of CO2 can be expected to be produced. Of the 32 million species and kinds of plants and animals, more than 2/3 live in the native forests, whereby many of them are threatened with extinction or have already become extinct because of the felonious logging and clearing of the rainforests. Altogether, around 50,000 species disappear every year. It is possible that by the year 2100, 50% of all genera and species of all living organisms such as plants, animals, and insects, etc. will be extinct. Expert calculations speak of approximately 30% of the amphibians, 24% of the mammals, and 12% of the birds.